Episode 1273, You Gotta Do What You Gotta Do.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Staring at a stop sign, watching people drive.
Happy day. You made it through the week. You made it through family and all with the 4th of July. It is Confessions of an Upset Mama. You gotta do what you gotta do. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, there will be days that you got to do what you got to do. People may question your actions, but you know best. Raising children in a complicated world presents many challenges. It's simple for others to scrutinize your every move, your every decision, and even action. Some might even cut you to the core and blame you for everything that goes right. It's your fault. The shout directed at you, right? And it's heard really loudly. You feel like your whole body is shaking. The shame now worn on your heart. You got to do what you got to do. Then you've got the questions that begin to enter your mind. They flood your mind. Are you really doing what you should be doing? Shouldn't you be doing something differently? What are you thinking? What kind of mom are you? How could you do this to your child? And the questions only force you into a corner, creating hesitation in your strong areas and strength in your weaknesses. You got to do what you got to do. Parenting is the toughest job on earth. It is the most rewarding, though. But remember, you are raising babes to become productive citizens. But it's not all that easy. I'm sure you've shed so many tears, had a little bit of frustration, and probably some anger mixed in. But you've also had incredible celebrations and love and joy within your household. With the temptations and choices, distractions, advancements, you never know if you're coming or going. Are you really doing all you can for your child? You got to do what you got to do. Judgment comes in all shapes and sizes. It can be shouted from the rooftops or it can be whispered in your inner circle. No one escapes judgment. But judgment isn't something you need to waste your time on. We do, though, right? That's where the question mark comes up in our head. And we begin to have all those questions that are swirling around. And you begin to question even who you are, where you're going, what you should be doing. And not only is it personal between what you're doing with your child or your family, but it becomes personal to you. It's like multiple daggers a day. No one escapes a judgment. But again, judgment isn't something you need to waste your time on. The only thing you need to focus on is to do what works for your family. And that is your KISS, the Keep It Simple strategy. Do what works for your family. Think about changing a diaper. Okay, I know we talk a lot about the bathroom and now we're talking about a diaper. Work with me here for just a minute. Think about it, okay? How you change a diaper. How many different ways can you change a diaper? Well, I can't say I've located that answer for you specifically, but what I do know is that you can change a diaper upside down. Now, some are going to complain that it's not right. However, you cannot argue the point that the task is complete. Does it really matter how the diaper was changed? No, it doesn't. You got to do what you got to do, so do what works for your family. It may be upside down for others who see it from the outside, but to you, it's normal. Moms, dads, if you're listening, we are the worst at judging. Think about when you go and you run your errands. You go to the grocery store. You run to the nearest box store. I want you to think about, and I'm sure you've been there recently. Have you judged anybody, a stranger? Okay, we're talking about strangers right now, not just family, but strangers. Have you ever thought in your head, I cannot believe she's wearing that outfit. How can she be raising her child that way? I would never have my child act that way. Be honest. It's confession day. And nothing drives me crazier than us not being real with each other. Okay? We all mess up. I messed up I don't know how many times today, and I know I will mess up even more tomorrow and the next. It's just what comes with the territory. So what is it? We all judge, right? We don't mean to, but we do it. And the crazy thing is we'll judge a stranger, not even as harsh as we judge whom? Our family members. So if you're sitting here and you've got siblings and you're looking at them going, well, I wouldn't do that, and oh, you shouldn't do this. They're probably doing the same back to you, but does that mean we need to do it to each other? No. The buck stops with where? You. Just because something is done differently doesn't make it right. Think about a diaper. Does it really matter how the diaper's changed if you're on the right side of the changing table, the left side, if you're at the foot or at the head of the child? Does it really matter? No. But what does matter? That child is clean, right? That their diaper is fresh. And they can go out and play for however long, enjoy their day for another couple hours until what? Another mess happens. Same goes with parenting. There's messes all the time. Things need to be changed. But one thing doesn't work for everybody. And we have to tweak things. So if you're one of those who goes into a store, walks down the street, or is at the mall, or is on vacation, and you're quick to go, oh, I cannot believe, I want you to stop yourself for just a minute. Because they're just doing what they got to do. Same as how you're raising your children. How you are part of your family. You got to do what you got to do. We can try to place blame and judge each other, but how is that helping us? It's not. And it drives me absolutely crazy when people get on social media and start attacking each other. What would happen if we came together with the same goal in mind? Remember, some things are going to be upside down when you look at others and what they do. And it's going to be right side up for you, but when they look at you, it may be upside down for them. You got to do what's right for your family. So let's break it down. What does this look like? Number one, keep the end goal in mind. If you're going to sit here and blow up at your son just because he seems to be breaking everything, but the key is you're trying to teach him responsibility, do you think blowing up at him really is going to get you very far? No, it's not. So the whole idea is, okay, what am I trying to teach him? Responsibility. So what actions do I need to take to ground that for him? To make sure he understands that responsibility is what I'm teaching here. Not, oh, mom's just going to get mad the next time you break something. So keep the end goal in mind. Number two, consistency wins the battles. If you sit here and tell your child, oh, I'm going to do this if you do this, and you don't follow through, what do you think that is? Yep, it's not looking very good for you, Mom. Not looking very good for you, Dad. Because they won the battle. You have to be consistent. You have to follow through. Don't make threats that you're not willing to keep. And in my opinion, you don't threat. Anyway, you don't throw out threats. It's not really the way to parent. But again, I'm not here to judge. You got to do what you got to do, right? So if it's a terminology that you use and it works, maybe to me, I interpret it as threats, but to you, it's not. So it's just maybe a miscommunication if I'm looking into your life. But again, it's consistency. That is the key word. Consistency wins the battles. So you can't just one day say, oh, I'm going to get all mad and upset because they're not making their bed. And 2 weeks later, you could care less. And then it goes 2 months and you don't say anything. If you want that bed made every single morning, guess what? You need to make sure they're making the bed every single morning. Consistency wins the battles. And number three, love them where they're at. They're growing up. They're learning. They're going to fall down so many times. But they need to know that they are with the most important person, that no matter what happens, you'll be there to love them unconditionally. That doesn't mean you'll like what they do, maybe an action that they took, but they are still your child. Just think about what God does for you. He loves you right where you're at. You know you're not perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. We're perfectly imperfect in a crazy world. But God's on our side. And He sees through all of our messes. We have to be the hands and feet of Jesus when it comes to our children, when it comes to strangers, when it comes to even us and our spouses. Love them where they're at. Yes, they may do something crazy that you don't like. It may be as simple as spilling the milk in the morning, and you're already running 15 minutes behind, and you don't have those 30 seconds to clean up spilt milk. But you have to love them where they're at. It's not like they literally took it and went, okay, here you go. And if you do have a child that's sitting there taking a gallon of milk and pouring it on the floor, we need to have a talk. Because there's more to the story there. Same thing goes for, you may have a child that is involved in extracurricular activities that are not real positive. Alcohol, drugs. Maybe they're hanging out with the wrong crowd. Or they're off at college and they just can't get their act together. They just keep falling down. You may not approve of their actions, but you still need to love them where they're at. You want your child to come running home to you, just as God wants you running home to Him. It's the same thing. Love them where they're at. This is not something that's easy to implement, but we all have heard it, right? You got to do what you got to do, and you do. You got to do what works for the family. But sometimes you need to break it down even more. If you're sitting there going, I just am pulling my hair out, I am here to help you. I'm here to listen. And I have a free gift for you. It's a coaching call with me. Maybe you've never experienced coaching. Maybe you've kind of asked your friends for help and they give their, advice or their opinions based on the knowledge that they know. But if you're wanting something that is specific to your situation, that's going to change and transform how you're doing life one step at a time, then you need to click on the link, Take Aim, in the show notes. That will begin our conversation. It's my gift to you. It's totally free. I cannot wait to hear from you. Parenting's a tough job, and it's definitely something that's not an overnight success. It's a lot of heart with major doses of consistency. You got to do what you got to do. Lean on God. Keep the end goal in mind. Remember, consistency wins the battles. And most importantly, love them where they're at. I pray that you have a fabulous Friday. Yes, it is. You are fabulous. Go out, be present, be incredible, be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.